that an old hen's gonna make a better gravy, and if you cook it long enough, because it's tougher than a regular fry. So what they generally do with hens, the old Cajun, they used to raise chicken, you see. So they didn't want to kill the young fries. So what they'd do is they'd have to kill a chicken. It was always an old hen. So a hen is tougher than a regular fry that you buy in the store. So to be able to cook it right, a hen, you got to almost cook it around 3 hours to 2.5 hours. It all depends what you make. Because you take those hens, what they used to do is make stews out of them. They'd make gumbos out of them. They'd make stew out of them. And they'd make chicken and dumpling out of them. That's a mixture of stew and stuff where they are, it's just like the sausage. Instead of putting the sausage in it after they made the stew, they would put a mixture of flour and seasoning and stuff. They'd make their own mixture. But I found out that I never could make it like Mama. So what I've been doing when I make chicken and dumpling, I'll go get me a big can of biscuit dough, and I'll take the biscuit dough, get it out of the can, and cut it in fours. Each biscuit, cut it in fours, and put it in there. It tastes just as good, maybe better than Mama's dumpling, and it's really delicious in a stew. Now a lot of times they make stew with chicken, and then they might add potatoes in it. That would give it a good flavor too. So a Cajun is always trying to improve his cooking. He never cooks the same. That's why when you see a Cajun cook, he never measured nothing. He just put whatever he thinks will make it good, But a lot of times, if you tell that a young cook, he might put too much. But a Cajun always got he's got about an idea of how much he's gonna put, and he never measured nothing. Everything is a pinch here and a pinch there, So I guess it's just a natural trade he's got, that he knows just about exactly how much to put, He don't ever measure nothing, But that's the reason it was called sauce piquante, because when they come down there to make with a tomato gravy, they had to name it something. So they decided to make it a sauce piquante because it could be used in cooking fish, because you see fish, oh man, a good Cajun boy, he can make a good sauce with fish. And that's one of the best sauce they got on the market today is chicken. It's fish. And then they used to make crawfish sauce piquante too, But I don't know. I didn't like that too much, that tomatoes to me. So I'm Cajun, and Wilma, my wife, decided one day, I don't know where she read it, that you could use ketchup and do the same thing to a sauce piquante with crawfish that you can with tomatoes. And since that day, we have never used any tomatoes to make a crawfish etouffee. They call that crawfish etouffee. In fact, my sister and her little girl developed a recipe and won first prize at the restaurant down there at what the hell there? What am I looking for, Mama? That restaurant there out there at where I went and got that chicken this morning there. What's that restaurant right close by there? Drusilla's. They won the first prize at Drusilla's, her and her daughter. And if you go to Drusilla, you can eat some good etouffee. And it's strictly made out of just ketchup sauce and flour and crab, a little crab juice, not the crab ball itself, the crab liquid. So you can see Cajuns are always experimenting.
Well, you never said why they called it sauce piquant.
Okay. The reason they call it sauce piquant because they decided with a tomato gravy they had experience that it's good in fish. Sauce piquant. So what they mean by sauce piquant, it's a gravy and it's a little pepper. So that's the name of what they mean by sauce piquant. It's a gravy and it's highly seasoned.
Okay.
So that's why it's called sauce piquant. Cajun come out with that, you know, if he puts a little pepper in there, he needed to name it something, and he didn't know what to name it, but he didn't want to name it a tomato gravy, so he called it a sauce piquant. And it's a gravy, which is a tomato gravy, mixed with a bunch of high seasoned ingredients and a bunch of spices, you know, like onion, garlic, and pepper, and everything else that I put in, that y'all can see what I put in. But that's actually why they call it sauce piquant. It's a sauce with...
I'll do it.
The secret ingredient there, huh?
You see this? Yeah. About that much mustard. That's maybe a little bit over a teaspoon, but that's all right. And we want a whole big tablespoon of this ketchup here. And this is salt. You want a whole spoon of it, so it's probably going to take all. No. Say like Gustin, we're gonna rinse the bottle and put a little bit more. Let me get the bottle and I'll rinse. That's what you call a lagniappe. Lagniappe. Tomato juice in it. And you got your sauce brewing. All except for the. And then I think I'm gonna put the mushroom sticks and pieces. Let it cook a while, and later on we're going to taste it for seasoning and for salt. If it's not salty enough, we're going to put some bouillon sticks. We're going to rinse these a little bit so we get everything out of it. We're going to cap. I don't like to put this water in it. But what I generally do, I generally drain that water out of these pieces. You see the pieces there?
Mm-hmm.
Try and see if he got the same ingredients I got. How it's getting that hotter. You see that how it's got a pretty color and everything else?
Mm-hmm.
And it looks pretty thick, you know, so far. but it still got to cook for a while because we just started. What time we started? About
1:15.
1:15, and we're actually a half hour at 1:15. So
Joe, make a little roux.
about 4:15. No roux in this. You don't make no roux.
That's how he makes his here.
Yeah. We don't make no roux because it gives.
This is the brown one, I guess.
Right.
I always love something awful good. He adds olive,
Yeah.
onions, olive, rotel tomatoes, tomato paste.
We eat plenty of rice. Us Cajun, we eat rice just about every meal we eat. We put 5 cups of rice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You put the equal amount of rice with the equal amount of water. So what we're going to do right now is go wash it to get all that starch off of it. So I'm going to wash it.
It's hard to remember to do everything when somebody's filming. When you're trying to think of the steps, most of the time it's just automatic.
See, most people don't have rice spots. That's the best thing they ever invented in my book.
What, the rice?
Rice pot? Oh, Lord, man. You never miss your rice. If you put equal amount of water, equal amount of rice, you'll never, never, never miss it. You know what's the reason to wash it?
No.
To take all that starch off.
Why?
Well, you don't need that starch. And it makes you a prettier rice and a fuller gang when you cook it. Now I'm going to show you another little trick when you cook it.
Is it hard to dry each piece of rice?
Dry?
No, is it hard to dry each piece after you've washed it?
No, you just, you
You don't have
see,
to dry them.
No. You see here, you're getting all the starch. You see how the water's all white? White, man. What I do, I just gonna wash it one more time.
I rinsed it. I never washed it like that. That's interesting there.
You just take it and you squeeze it in your hand like this here. You just keep squeezing the whole thing and going around and around. Tell you what, I got the cheapest rice, and man, those grains are small, but once they cook, they'll fill, you know.
I know they do make it does make a difference because they have some select and some number one. Daddy had some.
Yeah, it does make a difference. But
Somebody gave you some.
Oh, it's going all over the floor.
Somebody gave you some.
okay, how many cups of rice did we put in here?
5.
Okay, we're gonna put 5 cups of water. Now, how are we gonna determine we got 5 cups of water in here?
I don't know.
They got a marking right here on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So, you see right here, 6, 7, 5.5. Right now we got almost 5.5. That's a little bit too much, so we're gonna pour it out.
You get the same meal every time.
This right here is just guesswork and experience, you see. And what I generally do, I just stir it up like this here after I put it in. And what I'll do, I took a taste. It's salty. So it's ready to go. What I'm gonna do, Make sure they ain't got no water at the bottom, because boy, it's porks in there. If you put that thing in there, they got a little water. Y'all don't have one of those rice spots.
Yeah, we got a rice pot.
The rice spot?
Mm-hmm. And Patty loves it.
Yeah, it is. It saves a lot of time, man. Okay, we got our rice on now. So, the next step we're going to do, a Cajun, he's got to have something on the side besides a potato salad, rice, and this. So I decided to put black-eyed peas on the menu today. It's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4-course meal. So what we're going to have now, I could have started from scratch, but I figured I'll just go ahead and steal a little bit and buy it in cans. So that's the cans out there. I'm going to open and I'm going to put cooking black-eyed peas right here.
Agree with you.
And they got a little bacon in it, just what you need. So what you do, you open both cans, find your pot big enough. They got a trick to this. Let's see here. I guess we can cook it in this pot here. I wonder if we'll... Whoa.
When you gotta turn this paper in?
I don't know. She just told us about it.
Okay. You see, if they wouldn't have no bacon pieces in it, I would put a little oil, but like they got bacon pieces in there, I won't put no oil. All I'm gonna do is put the black eyes in there. Then we're gonna rinse our can. See, a Cajun don't lose anything. You got everything to the last drop.
That's an important feature.
Yeah. Now, we're going to cut up this onion. We're going to just dice it. I don't need nothing to dice it with in the plate. All I'll do is dice it like this. Could have used a little bit bigger onion, but we don't have it, so we're going to make with what we got. Now, what we're going to do is add a little salt and pepper to it, because there's no salt and pepper in it. So, there we go again. But this here's the worst thing. Woman don't ever want me to cook with black pepper, and she's right. That's how speak on, I do put it because you need it. And the other food I don't. I just put this. And that's red pepper.
Have you, over here, this locksmith right across the street from Schwegler's, he's got some exotic black peppers and some white peppers.
Yeah.
And he says, I don't know what to believe or not, but he says, his black pepper won't make you sneeze, because it is a pure pepper.
Yeah.
Whereas the stuff you buy in stores got some fillers and some dust and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
pass that on for what it's worth.
I'm going to tell you one thing.
He wants a nice price for his pepper too.
Yeah. I'll tell you something. Black pepper. If you don't believe what I'm telling you, you try it one day. I'll put a little bit more water. I know it's not enough. You take black pepper and take a glass of water. And 2 glasses of water. And you put your tablespoon of red pepper in 1 glass and a tablespoon of black pepper in another glass, and let them overnight. The next morning, It ought to dissolve. The red peppers will all dissolve. Black pepper never dissolves. That's why it's so bad on it. It don't dissolve. There's no way you can dissolve.
Supposedly you don't digest it either.
No. And I believe it. Because I've done it. Okay, girl. Looking good, eh, girl?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I tell you what, this time I don't believe I'm gonna have to put any flour to take it in. Boy, it look good. Damn good.
It makes it handy when you do that thing yourself and fix your stove. I happened to my other one, almost all the felt, that felt thing, all of that stuff was falling apart. And what was happening, it was just blowing, all the lint dust was.
To me, it's maybe not quite salty enough. Let me check it again.
Mm-hmm.
I think it needs a little bit more salt. So what I'm gonna do instead of putting salt, I'm gonna put some bouillon steak. So this here, chicken bouillon steak,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put one. And if it's not quite salty enough, we're gonna put another one, but I think one might make the trick.
Let me ask you, you call that a bouillon stick, Patty calls it a cube. Did it used to come shaped differently?
No, she's right, it's bouillon cube. I call it a steak.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The stick came from somewhere.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, like when you were a kid.
Sauce with this here, with the black eyed peas.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while when you stir it, you mash some on the wall of the pot, like this here. That's gonna thicken your sauce and your beans, and it'll make you a sauce like. It won't be watery. It'll be a little thicker, you know. It's gonna be it'll make you a nice good gravy on it. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just thought I'd show you that. So. I'm gonna lower the fire on this thing.
Ding, ding.
See, we got a lot of oil in this. See the oil? So what we're doing, we're scooping it up. Because you don't want this oil. Scoop up all this oil, you get as much as you can off of it. Then she's going to be ready to go. See, most people when they make stews and stuff, they don't rig that up like this here. We always take the oil off. Now most of this oil, you remember all the oil we started with when we had the, we sauteed the onions?
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the oil. If you get a real fat chicken, man, you talk about some oil, you got a bunch of oil. This here is good.
Yeah, they used to do that when they be cooking for tomorrow. They take that and go set it outside. Let it harden outside. Lift it off,
You see this one here ain't got no oil. Boy, you ought to see when I make a gumbo. But my chicken wasn't fat today. It wasn't as fat as usual, boy, man. You know, that's all I'm gonna scoop up. Ça, c'est bon. That's the bon temps roulé. We're gonna eat now. Eat and enjoy. To manger. So what you do, you get your little bit of rice here and put it in your plate. That's the real Cajun. A Cajun's gotta have his rice. And we're gonna sample the sauce. Piquant. Look at that. Look how pretty that gravy is. Ooh, Lordy Claude. Ain't that beautiful gravy, eh? They got some homemade sausage in there too. I don't know about y'all people, but I like these. You like to get it?
I like anything.
I like the gizzard. That's my piece right there. And this is some black-eyed peas. Oh man, look, we got us a feast here, girl. Look here, look here. Now we got some potato salad. Man, ain't that something? Look at that potato salad. I am ready to go now.
Well, you forgot your bread.
Oh, yeah, man. And good bread. Jenny almost burned it there. Almost.
That's what you call done.
Go get your plate, girl.
You're on the video, Mom. Well, you were just on it.
Where's the Coke?